Hello, the stressed, depressed, and blessed. I am here with another YouTube video. This is actually the story time from what is now last week's story time, but it's my story. I created up about kind of like the lore and history of how the story started and who was actually here first. So I hope you guys like it because I loved writing the story and I thought it was a really fun story to, tell everybody. And everyone else on the story liked it pretty well. So here you guys go. Of Wolfstone. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a man, and he was alone. Don't worry, this isn't a story of him being lonely. In fact, it's a story about love and friendship, and we just aren't at that point yet. So where was I? Oh right. He was alone in this world. After traveling for years in the world, he stopped in these lands. We never knew why. Maybe it was the lush forests, or maybe it was even the vast oceans ready to be explored. But nevertheless, he stopped here. He was a humble farmer, and so he decided to build himself a humble home, and fed his beautiful animals sheep with wool as soft as silk, and cows with milk so creamy. He then began the journey of his life. Not so far after he settled down, a few people journeying found the lands. These people were a sentient teapot, a living piece of wood, an anthropomorphic cat, and a black-colored beast with bright blue eyes. The teapot settled not too far away from the farmer, actually. And the teapot was known to be very addicted to a drink that was made out of leaves and that was boiled and steeped. They were known to sit in their house drinking their leaf water and dye wool and make paints. The farmer decided to visit the teapot and found the teapot huddled over a pestle. The farmer was intrigued and asked the teapot what they were doing. The teapot responded and said, "I am making paint." "What is paint?" the farmer asked. "Come here, I'll show you," the teapot said. So the farmer walked up to the teapot as they took out a brush and started to rub the brush in the paint. The teapot took the brush and brushed the paint against the walls of the cottage. The cottage was now colored a beautiful shade of violet. The farmer was intrigued and decided to try it for themselves. And the teapot taught the farmer everything they knew. They decided to start painting together and brought art to this world. Now, the living piece of wood decided to settle down a little bit further away. The farmer again decided it was time to visit the living wood and saw the living wood taking their branches and sharpening the tips. The living wood was preparing because they knew it lurked in the night. Night soon fell fast, and the farmer, while at the living wood's cave, decided it was smart to wander out of the cave to go get something to eat. So he wandered out and found himself surrounded by creatures with skin so black they looked almost purple. These creatures had eyes as red as apples in the peak of ripeness, and had many, many legs that made it so they could climb up on walls. The farmer screamed for help. The living wood heard the farmer's screams and rushed over with sharpened branches in his touch. The living wood reached the scene and decided that these creatures needed to go. So he sliced through each and every one of the creatures. The farmer was intrigued after the killing had been done, and begged the living wood to teach him. The living wood reluctantly taught the farmer the importance of battle. After the training was over with and the morning sun rose, the farmer set off and went to visit the anthropomorphic cat. If you by any chance don't know what an anthropomorphic cat is, it's a feline that can stand on two legs and can talk like any other human can. The cat lived in caves far away, and the caves were luscious and full of life. The farmer traveled to the caves to visit the cat. The cave was covered in spruce wood and farms that made life easier for the cat. The cat used their caves as a sign of luxury and fertility. The farmer was awed and full of wonder at the caves, and asked the cat how to build, and the cat showed him. They built docks and stairways and paths to each of the houses to help make them more accessible to each other. These pathways and docks have been used ever since and are even used today. Finally, the farmer decided to find out where the beast lived. The beast lived fairly close to the cat and lived in one of the nearby caves. The beast had machines to make their life easier, so they could go out and gather many things while they were out adventuring. They created machines that could do things like sort all of their spoils from battles to even harvest their crops. The farmer was surprised again by their findings and pleaded with the beast to show him how to make such things. And the blue-eyed beast decided to show the farmer to create machines like none other. The farmer decided to go back home, take all these newfound skills, and decided to make a kingdom. Towers were built and walls were put into place, and that is how Wolfstone was born. Hey guys, and welcome back from the story time and the little story that I wrote. I hope you guys liked it, and I still have applications open up on my TikTok for people to join, so please go to my bio and click the link so you guys can join too. And also, goodbye the stressed, depressed, and blessed. Bye guys.